Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. Basically, I just purchased a couple of new items recently from Ulta. I wasn't going to be able to do a haul because it's truly 3 things, but I thought that I could do like a haul try-on style video. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I picked up the Dose of Colors Sassy Sienna's eyeshadow palette. I also have the new Tarte Clay Play 2 Eye and Cheek palette. And then I also have a Catrice, the Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. This isn't a new product, but I hear a lot of people say good things about it. So I wanted to give it a try, so I thought we could try out all of these items on today and see what I think about them. So if you would like to see me try out some of these new items that I recently picked up from Ulta, why don't we go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so we are zoomed in, got my ears on, did an eye primer, set the eye primer. I do have foundation and brows on, but that is all that I have done so far. And I have to say that my skin is so dry. I really was like, do I even want to do this style of video today? Because my skin is just like suffering right now. Today is the first day in like 4 or 5 days that we have had positive temperatures where I live at in Iowa. And I'm not just saying like, oh, it gets in the negatives overnight. No. Like last Saturday, the high that day was -3, and then the following Sunday, the high that day was -6. Like, it's been so crazy cold, and even though I'm barely leaving my house, my skin is just like done. Like it's just done and over with. I'm doing everything I can to help it, but it hurts. Like it actually hurts when I wake up in the morning and I like yawn. It feels like my skin is so like tight that it's just painful. So there's probably like dry flakes all over my skin, but there's really nothing I could do about that. So I wanted to do this video anyways. I just bought these products. I've been excited to test them out. So this is what the Sassy Sienna's palette looks like from Dose of Colors. I'm so excited to try this out. I believe it was $32 on the Ulta website. I have the Marvelous Mauves eyeshadow palette from Dose of Colors, and I really do like it. It does come with this double-ended brush here, which I might bring in a little bit later. First up, I'm going to come into the middle shade here, which is called Foxy. I'm going to use my Bdellium tools. This is the Tapered blending brush, and that's just going to be my crease color, transition color. I will say with Dose of Colors palettes, you get a lot of kick up in the palette. Like if you can see that, you get a lot of kick up in the palette, but I don't ever really have a ton of fallout on my eyes, which I enjoy, and they are super pigmented. Like look at that, like whoa, that's very pigmented. So I'm just gonna, color is really beautiful, and again, very pigmented. This I have not dipped back in at all. I'm just working on blending it. I think that looks really good. So I'm going to take the color right next to it, just a bit of a richer brown, and this is a Morphe brush from the Copper Dreams set, I believe it's called, and I'm just going to pack that onto the outer part of the eye and just really kind of focus that one out here. I also really hope that I don't have like dried blood on my nose. I get nosebleeds when I'm stressed, which is super fun, and I'm very stressed about my 6th book. If you guys don't know, I am a published author, and my 6th book is going out to beta readers and going into editing, and it's going to be the first time I'm getting like true feedback, because the book is written, like the first draft is completely done. It's going to be the first time that I'm getting feedback on it, and I'm just like, you know, it's such a scary feeling because you don't know, like, what if nobody likes it? Then it's like, oh, okay, well, back to the drawing board. You know, it's just kind of a scary feeling. So this week has just been super stressful. So my nose keeps bleeding, which is cool. So in between having like a super dry face, I keep having nosebleeds. I'm like, I am just a hot mess. But you know what? That's real life. So loving this like really rich brown kind of smoky look we have going on right now. I'm really digging that, but I'm going to come in with some of these lighter shades to get a little sassy, if you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna use the brush that came with the palette. I'm gonna use this kind of like flat side, and I want to pick up this shade. Oh my goodness, that is like electric. It's going on super pigmented as well. This shade, I want to keep it focused mostly on the inner part of my eye and just kind of have it like fade nicely into the darker colors on the outer part. So I'm just kind of like tapping my brush around to deposit that color. I love that. That looks so pretty. Okay, so there is what that shade looks like, and I think it's freaking gorgeous. I'm loving this. What I'm gonna do for the eyes for right now, I don't think I wanna do winged liner. So let me show you what lashes I'm gonna put on. So I know this video is mostly focused on what I picked up from Ulta, but I do want to try a new pair of lashes today too. I got this crazy package from Morphe, which had me super excited. I was not expecting to get this. And inside is all of their new lashes. And you guys might know how much I freaking love lashes. So when I got this, I was like, what? I do get some PR from Morphe, but not all of it. So when this showed up, like, this is like the perfect thing, the perfect thing. I was so excited to get this. I was looking at it earlier. I think the lashes I'm gonna try today are called Total Babe. They just look really interesting to me how they kind of are longer in the front. I don't know if I've like tried a style like that before, so I want to give these a try. These are $10 and there's a bunch of different styles in here. I believe these are only available on the Morphe website, but I will have them linked down below. But just thought I would show you guys which lashes I'm going to put on. So I'm going to go ahead and pop those on and then we will move over to the face. So I just got the lashes on and it was actually pretty challenging. It's like the band is so thin. It was almost like hard to put the adhesive on, and the adhesive was actually like running off the band onto the lashes because the band is so thin. So the first time I tried to stick this lash on, it actually didn't even hold because it was so hard to get that adhesive to stay onto the band. So it was a little bit challenging. I'm not sure yet what I think of them. They feel really nice now, like they feel really nice and lightweight, and I think they're really pretty and wispy, but I'm gonna have to play around with it a little bit more. I like having thinner bands, of course, but sometimes if they're too thin, it makes it more challenging. Like there needs to be a nice balance. So I'll try them a little bit more, of course. Some lashes I've seen that, most lashes I'll say, are easier to put on for the first time. Like it's just super easy and they just pop on right away. But some lashes need a little love first before they start going on a little bit easier, and that might be what these are like. So I'll keep trying them. If anybody has tried the Morphe lashes, because I know they've been out for a bit, let us know in the comments what you think and if you had any troubles with them. But I'll keep trying them and I'll include it in my follow-up video that I do here in the next couple weeks. But I'm gonna move on to the face for right now. So I picked up the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. Looks like this. It was $5.99 at Ulta. I hear a lot of people say really good things about it, and I know Nicole Renee Cutler always talks about this one. I was pretty sure it was. One thing that I noticed right away, what shade did I even get? Light beige, hopefully that works. But they only have like 3 shades. And it's like palest, pale, and paler. And I was like, really? Well, that was kind of interesting to me. And I was like, I didn't even know how to pick from the 3 shades. I was like, what in the world? They're all very light. But we'll go ahead, we'll give it a try. We'll give it a try here. So I'm just going to apply some to the under eyes. The shade looks to be pretty good for me, I'd say. Like normal, I like to kind of bring my concealer out here to kind of clean up the shadows. It does have a fragrance to it. I'm just gonna do that for right now. It does have a fragrance to it, and this is what the applicator looks like. Pretty standard concealer applicator. And I am going to use my L'Oreal sponge. I actually did pick this up from Ulta as well, not this one. This is my older one, but I did pick up a backup. I know I've had this one for a very long time, so I figured I would get a backup. It definitely is one of my favorite sponges and super affordable. So blend out very easily. It looks like a good shade match for me. Again, light beige, but really I didn't see a whole lot of difference between the 3 options that they had, to be honest. Blend it out really smoothly, and one thing I noticed, because I do have so much dryness going on right now, is that it didn't really make the dry patches look worse. Like it almost kind of made them look a little bit better, to be honest, at least on this side. Let's see how this side goes. But I was kind of worried that it would look really bad, but it just looks bad, you know? It's just, dry skin is bad, so it looks bad. Not really bad, so hey, that's pretty good. So I'm actually like really pretty impressed. I did have a slight red mark here this morning. I slept with a sleeping mask on last night because I've been having some troubles sleeping because I'm stressed about my book, and I lay in bed and I was like, oh no, did I do that? And you know, you have commas come up in your nightmares and things like that. So I tried out a sleeping mask last night. I don't normally wear them, but I thought I'd give it a shot, and I woke up and I had like a little red mark here, so I don't know if it's from the mask or what, but it actually covered the red mark pretty easily as well, and I really like how it looks on the under eyes. It really seemed to cover well too. Like it feels to me like it's full coverage. Like it looks like it's full coverage. It doesn't necessarily feel full coverage, I should say. It didn't really feel like really thick at any point, even like as I was applying it and as I was blending it. It didn't feel like super thick or anything like that. So, so far so good with that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set this with some powder, and then we'll jump into the Clay Play 2, because I got some thoughts on this. This is the Clay Play 2 eyeshadow palette from Tarte. This is the outer packaging. I mentioned this in a Will I Buy It video a couple weeks ago, and I was like so excited for it because I have the Clay Play 1 and it's one of my favorites. It made it my Best of Beauty video. It's in my Best of Beauty giveaway video. Love that palette so much. And I was really surprised when the Clay Play 2 came out because I felt like I had really heard nothing about it. I had no idea the release was coming. I saw it on Trend Mood. It was already available at Sephora. I was like, what is happening here? I waited a little bit until it came available at Ulta because I did have an Ulta coupon to use. It is $46. Available at Sephora and Ulta. I still don't see it on the Tarte website. So this is what the inside of it looks like. I don't know if you'll be able to see it super well because of all of like the reflective lighting and such, but it has your eyeshadows, and then you have a bronzer, a blush, and a highlight. Now I have the original Clay Play, like I said, and you know, it's a similar layout, which I expect. You know, the Clay Play 2 is kind of like the sister palette, so I expect the layout to be the same. But what I don't understand is why the shade names in the Clay Play 2 are the exact same as the shade names in the Clay Play 1. Every single shade is the same. And like this shade right here is called Onyx. Onyx is typically black. That's a black. But when you come into the Clay Play 2, we have Onyx right here, which is a bronze shimmer. How does that make any sense? Smoke in the original palette is kind of like a gray. Makes sense for the name Smoke, right? Smoke in the Clay Play 2 is a pale shimmer. How does that make any sense? It doesn't make any sense. Desert as a blush, that doesn't make any sense. Timber as a highlight, that doesn't make any sense. And I am very confused, and I'm actually kind of really angry right now. You know, when I saw it available at Ulta, I just kind of bought it right away. I don't think I've ever looked at shade names or anything like that when purchasing something. I've never really been super like, that's an important thing, something I care about. I knew that they were going to be similar to one another. I really wasn't expecting the exact same packaging. Like I thought maybe the Clay Play 2 would just have maybe just some different colors, like the same kind of, what is this, like the chevron style, but maybe like some different colors to show that it's different. But then when I opened it up and saw that all of the shade names were exactly the same, I'm like, is this a mistake? A huge mistake? Because I'm not the only one that's got a palette like this. Is this just a fail on Tarte? Are they, what happened here? What happened? And I actually posted about this on my Instagram and was like, what? And a lot of people are chiming in like, is Tarte just lazy? Did they just have like extra, you know, palettes left over and popped in new shades? And what had me even more frustrated is when I posted this on Instagram, a gal commented in here and said, actually, there are several repeat shades in this palette. And I'm like, so they didn't even give us all new shades in here. So this is her Instagram is Beauty Diction. I'll have it linked down below. But it says 7 out of 12 shades are the same as the old palette. They swapped out 3 of the matte eyeshadows in the old palette for shimmers. The bronzer is the same as in the old palette, and the blush and highlight are new. She said, my guess is that they basically just revamped the old one and it will disappear at some point. And I'm like, so basically I just bought the exact same palette but with just a few different shades. What? What? And I've seen the Clay Play 1 being like significantly discounted at like $23, $26, $27. And I was very confused because I was like, wow, like a lot of people seem to really love the Clay Play. Like I'm surprised it's going on sale, etc. But then they come out with the Clay Play 2. But what I thought was really strange too is I really have not seen Tarte address this palette. And I did ask that because, you know, I can't see everything. I understand that I miss things for sure. So I asked it on my Instagram because I follow Tarte on Snapchat, Instagram. I've watched all of their YouTube videos. And they're always playing with their new items. And I'm like, why have I not seen anything about the Clay Play 2? And a couple people wrote in and said they saw a Snapchat tutorial where they briefly used this palette, but they said not much else was really mentioned about it. Tarte has not explained what this palette is. Are they phasing out the Clay Play 1? Why did they just give us basically the exact same palette with a few different shades. Like, I don't know, but I'm honestly really mad, and I'm very much considering, I haven't even used this yet, but I'm very much considering returning this and getting my $46 back, because for a blush and highlight and what, like 2 shimmer shades or whatever, but for a blush and highlight and what, the 3 shimmer shades or whatever it is, why would I pay $46 for a palette like that? Like, it's frustrating to me as a consumer. So I don't know, I want to get your thoughts, but I was like, you know what, I need to try it and I need to see what I think of it, because maybe the blush or the highlight in here will be so fantastic. I'll be like, nope, I still want to keep this one. I think it's great. But I'm really disappointed. Like, I'm really disappointed, and I wish that Tarte would say something about this, because it's confusing to me. And it's kind of like, why do I need to keep the Clay Play 2 if I have the Clay Play 1 and I'm getting so many similar shades? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm frustrated. So I want to get your guys' thoughts, because when I mentioned this on Instagram, a lot of people are like, wait, what? Like, I didn't notice that. I didn't see that. So have you guys heard about that? Have you seen anything else about it? You know, maybe I've missed something else somewhere out there, but Clay Play 1, Clay Play 2, I mean, dun dun dun, mystery. Let's help solve it. But let's go ahead and give it a shot. Let's give it a try. I'm going to use just the face powders out of it and see what I think, but I'm not very happy about that. So first up, I'm going to pick up my Moda Buffer brush, and I'm going to come into the bronzer, which is Terracotta. I'm super bummed we didn't get like a different bronzer in this palette either, so I'm just feeling a little perturbed about this palette, to be honest, and especially for a brand who is as communicative with their, you know, buyers as Tarte is. They're consistently on Snapchat, they're consistently posting YouTube videos and sharing tutorials and sharing about new products, etc., etc. Like, I'm just really surprised that it was like, were you just trying to slip this on us and think no one was going to notice? And I mean, honestly, I was not going to be mad at this palette when I thought I was getting new shades, first of all, and just a new palette, but having it be the same names, that feels lazy. It feels like someone dropped the ball somewhere, someone decided to get lazy. You know that I was talking about it in Wednesday's Will I Buy It video, that it just feels like brands are in a competition of who can release the most stuff in the least amount of time. And that's really frustrating as a consumer. So then when you see something like this, it was like, was this just a rush job and something went wrong somewhere? Like, it's just very strange to me. But then to have so many repeat shades, I mean, come on, you couldn't even give us different shades? I mean, I can understand, like, maybe one of the matte browns or something is the same, but what did she say, 7 out of 12 shades were the same. So basically every single matte shadow in here is the same, except for just these 3 shimmers in the bottom row. Those are the ones that are different, and then the blush and highlight are different. Like, you couldn't give us different tones of browns and grays. I mean, there's entire palettes filled with 42 different shades of browns, and you couldn't give us different shades of browns. You gave us the same ones. Like, what? It just is, it's really rubbing me the wrong way. So I'm gonna apply some to my forehead as well. I mean, this is the same bronzer from the Clay Play one, and I feel like it's applying the same, looks the same. I really like this bronzer, I do. Like, I was excited for the Clay Play too. Like, that's what I want to keep saying. Like, I was excited for it. Like, new shades, you know, a blush, a highlight. Like, this is going to be awesome. But when I realized what it actually was, I was like, really? I'm going to grab out my Sigma F40, and I'm going to dip into the blush shade, which is called Desert. And go ahead and apply this. As always, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear what you think that Tarte was thinking with this palette, and do you guys think it's not a big deal? I don't know. Let us know. I'm going to use the F35 and dip into this highlight. Oh no, is this glitter? There's a swatch of that. Oh, it looks like glitter. Yeah, it's glittery. No, I don't like glitter highlights. I mean, if you like glitter highlights, you probably don't like this one. But shoot, that's not really my vibe. It feels like when I put my finger in it to swatch it, it feels like really kind of like chalky, like just kind of like hard. And like you can see, or can you see on my brush, like that's like glitter. That's, I don't like glitter highlights particularly. I've talked about that in the past on my channel. I just don't feel like they really like flatter my skin. Honestly, because I was like, you know, if I love the blush and the highlights, maybe it'll be okay. My ears always hurt after a while, but I was like, maybe it'll be okay and it'll be worth it. But I still like the Clay Play one as of right now. I mean, I haven't tried the eyeshadows out of this yet, and I will. I still want to give it a fair chance, but I'm still just angry and confused at this, so I'll still try out the eyeshadows. If anyone's got this yet and you've tried it, what do you think about the blush? What do you think about the highlight? What do you think about the eyeshadows? But right now, I'm just feeling, I'm just feeling not the happiest, but those are the bronzer, blush, and highlight from the Clay Play 2 on my face. Okay, so I just added a little bit of black to my waterline. I'm going to come back into the Sassy Siennas palette, like my favorite part of this video, and I'm going to add some shades to my lower lash line. I think so. First, I'm going to come in with the first brown that I used, and I'm going to take the Dose of Colors brush, the pointy edge of it, and I'm just going to push that along the lower lash line. And I'm going to grab, again, the second color in here and just kind of very lightly blend that together. Highlight, I have glitter in my hair. I don't know if you would be able to tell on camera. Oh my gosh, there's so much glitter in my hair. Oh no. You would be able to see it on camera, but there's so much glitter in my hair. I don't want glitter in my hair. So that's gonna finish off the eyes. I feel like the star of the show is the Sassy Siennas palette from Dose of Colors. Again, $32, which is a bit pricier for only 5 different shades, but I really enjoy how this eye look came out. It was super simple. Like, it doesn't take a lot to blend. It doesn't take a lot to pack on the beautiful colors. I'm very impressed with this. I'm super happy with it. Like I said, I've tried the Marvelous Moss palette from them as well, and it's, I mean, the exact same quality as this one. Really, really happy with this one and excited to come up with a few different looks from it. But I just have a lip color to finish off with, and then we'll be done with this video. So I didn't pick up a new lip color from that Ulta purchase, which is like shocking, but I did get these sent to me actually from Octoly. They are new lip glosses from Lancome. They're called the La Absolute Gloss Sheer. So they did send me 4 different colors. So I need to see which one I want to put on my lips. These are $25 on the Sephora website, so I will have them listed down below, of course. So these are what the glosses look like, and these are the 4 colors that I was sent along. It doesn't look like the shade names are on the box, but all I see on here is like a numbers. Like this is 222. That's kind of bummer. I wish the shade names were on here, but I think I'm just going to go with the lightest one for right now, which this one is 222, and it looks like it has a little bit of sparkle in it, but I'm going to pop that on and see what it looks like. So the gloss was a lot sheerer than I was expecting, so I grabbed out one of my favorite nudes from MAC. This one is called Honeylove, and I just kind of like casually kind of dotted it along. I like how it looks a little bit more glossy, but I don't know, I guess I thought maybe it would be just a little bit more pigmented, but this one in the 222, this one is pretty sheer, so it would look good, you know, over top of a nude to give a bit of shine. It does have just a little bit of shimmer in there as well. Bit of a scent too, but one thing I noticed right away is that it glided on very smoothly and it doesn't seem sticky at all, which I really am not a fan of sticky glosses. So I like that, and I liked this pairing, just adding just a tiny hint of a light brown nude to the lips. So that is the color combo that I used. But then after that, that is going to do it for my mini Ulta haul try on style video. Okay, so that is everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing a few new items that I picked up from Ulta and also trying them on. Love the Sassy Siennas palette. Super excited to keep playing with it. I love how the colors came out, and I think it's beautiful. The Clay Play too, I mean, I'm just like really up in the air about this. I'll try it a couple more times, but the highlight appears to be mostly glitter, which is a bummer, and then couple that with the fact that I'm getting mostly the same shades as the Clay Play one. It's kind of like Why would I keep this? I don't know. Of course, let me know your thoughts on this guy down below because I think it's very intriguing. I also really did like the Catrice Camouflage Concealer. I'm excited to keep giving this a try. I've been kind of checking my under eyes throughout the video and I haven't noticed any creasing so far. And like I said, it went on really nicely and it blended out really easily. So I will definitely keep trying this one. I love that it's affordable because I feel like my concealer collection has kind of been leaning more towards high end lately with like Shape Tape, Urban Decay Naked Skin, the Kevyn Aucoin concealer that I love. So I'm excited to add in another drugstore version, but I'm just really bummed at the shade selection because I feel like that really does not a lot of people a lot of good. But if you guys did like this kind of like haul try on video, let me know because sometimes, you know, I don't place really big orders all of the time. Sometimes I just want an item or two here or there, and maybe it could be fun to do kind of more of a try on style video. But as always, if you guys did enjoy this video, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you will also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.